Here's a garden tip.
From our garden to yours. Do you know the effect that carbon dioxide has on the environment? If not, the 2010 4-H National Science Experiment might have the answers. Rebecca Harris, our 4-H agent, is here to tell us about 4H2O. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thanks for having me, Celeste.
So tell me a little bit about the negative effects of carbon dioxide on the atmosphere.
Well, carbon dioxide is a natural part of the atmosphere, and in fact, it's one of the important parts of the greenhouse effect. So it is carbon dioxide in combination with water vapor that actually provides the necessary elements within Earth's atmosphere to create the greenhouse effect, which is what gives us all of the lush beauty that is on planet Earth. But there can be a problem if there's too much carbon dioxide. It actually speeds up the greenhouse effect, and it can have some deleterious or bad effects in the actual local environment. So that's what we're going to be testing today.
And this is a national 4-H initiative to help 4-H children with carbon dioxide and the greenhouse effect and the negative effects of carbon dioxide.
Yes, this experiment shows a little bit about carbon dioxide and water quality and why that would be important. So what we're going to first do today is a little bit of a simple experiment, but if you'll put on your safety glasses.
Of course, yes, we must be safe.
I'm going to be using an indicator solution. It's bromothymol blue, and it reacts when carbon dioxide is added to this water. So I'm going to have you blow just for a few seconds into that glass of water.
Are you anticipating I have a lot of carbon dioxide?
Well, we all have some carbon dioxide. There you go.
Starting to change color.
All right, so now you'll see that it's gone from blue to a light green, maybe even a yellowish green. And what that is showing is that you have introduced more carbon dioxide than what started out in the water itself. So that shows students a little bit about that water is naturally both releasing and absorbing carbon dioxide in our atmosphere.
So water is really one of the exchange places. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. In fact, we call it a sink. So we know that carbon dioxide and water are interacting all the time. That's why in this experiment, we're really talking about water quality. So one of the other things that we have for youth to look at is how much carbon dioxide are they personally adding into the atmosphere. And here I have a bag that has about 8 ounces of water, and you can see there's very little air. And if you put a small amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and the atmosphere is represented by this closed baggie here, you can see that there's just a little bit of extra air in this bag.
Let's first talk about how you created the the carbon dioxide.
Right. I actually added a effervescent tablet to the water, and what is in this effervescent tablet is actually carbon dioxide. It creates a chemical reaction that releases the carbon into the water itself. Okay. So it collects in the bag. So this is a half tablet was added, so that's a small amount of carbon dioxide.
This is the air you're talking about in the baggie itself.
And so now we have one tablet, and you can see there's just a little bit more air. And this was 2 tablets. So this is a lot of air added into this little environment here. And so the idea behind this experiment is to show youth that the more that we are producing carbon dioxide into the environment, it will have some type of effect. Now, what we know about the greenhouse effect is that carbon dioxide, as I said before, it's part of the natural environment. And when it's in balance, it's like anything else. It works very well. When it's out of balance, when there's too much carbon dioxide being added, like this is so full it could almost burst, we start to have problems. In fact, what we know is that when extra carbon dioxide is added to the environment, all of the green things that like to use the carbon dioxide grow out of control. So we have problems with algae growth in lakes as well as in the oceans in the Gulf of Mexico. and that can actually lead to oxygen depletion, and ultimately it can cause those bodies of water to become unusable for both the animals, plants, and for humans as well. So it's very important to try to decide how much carbon do we want to be releasing into our atmosphere.
Well, Rebecca, we're out of time, but I want to thank you for being here and sharing some of the 4-H National Science Experiment with us.
Thank you.
Can you reduce your carbon footprint? It will help the environment and protect our water resources.